So you're at home, you want to do some recording. You have your amplifier, and how are you going to do this without pissing off the neighbors and the family? Let's talk about that. You want to record your guitar using your amplifier, but you don't have an unlimited budget to build a soundproof room or to go to a studio to do the recording for you. Let's talk about what you're going to need to record silently at home. If you have an amp with power tubes in the output section, you can't run it unless you have a speaker connected to it or a speaker load connected to it. If you don't have a load on it, you will either damage the transformer or the tubes or both. So we want to record silently, so obviously we're not going to have a speaker attached to your amplifier. So we have to put something in place. We can either put in a resistive load or a reactive load. A reactive load is a bit more expensive than a resistive load because it acts more like a true speaker. For more information on the difference between a reactive load and a resistive load, I'll put a link down below. There's no sense in me going into it when there's a lot of video out there explaining the difference. I use a reactive load called the Captor from the company Two Notes. It comes in different ohm ratings, so you would match it with your amplifier. This one has built-in speaker simulation, an attenuator, and a direct out. It's economical and does everything I need it to do. Here's some pictures of the Captor. As you see, one part it has a direct out, a line out, an out level, which you can adjust, a switch for the speaker simulator for guitar or bass, a phase switch, and it also supplies phantom power. The other side has an input from the amplifier and a speaker out, either a straight through or one that has a minus 20 dB attenuator built in. You also see on the back it has a fan. That fan will run as you put a load to it. So to connect my Two Notes, I'm going to take the speaker out on my amplifier and go to the speaker in, which is easily identifiable with the red nut on it. I'm going to plug it in. If I wanted to loop through to my amplifier, this one would be minus 20 dB over here, or I can go straight through here and there's no attenuation at all. On the front, I'm going to take either a 1/4 inch and go out here, and I can adjust my volume out, or I can go to an XLR and go out, going straight to my interface. Once you have the load box connected, then you can do your recording. Making the output from the load box sound like a real speaker cabinet, you're going to have to put it through what's called an impulse response. An impulse response is like a software version of a mic'd speaker cabinet. The Captor comes with a built-in speaker simulation and also a license to use their Torpedo Wall of Sound, which is a plugin for a digital audio workstation. If you look behind me, you'll notice that the lights are on the Marshall 800 back there. It's on. My guitar is going through it, but you're not hearing anything. If I put it up in my mixer, you'll hear it sounds like a regular amplifier going through a speaker cabinet. This is what the interface would look like using the Two Notes Wall of Sound. If I want to change the type of room we are in, make an adjustment, and you hear it changes. I can move microphones around to give it different sounds also. There are many different impulse responses made by different studios and speaker manufacturers. So no longer at home do you have to bother the neighbors or your family and hang a microphone in front of your speaker cabinet, or have to use a bad digital representation of your amp. So check below for some great links I'll put down there for some more information on this, including a link for the Two Notes Captor.